Hello, hello, hello. Back at full capacity? Almost. I am nearly back at full capacity. Hello, welcome. What's going on, guys? Is that music loud enough? Yeah, it probably is. His music is way more energetic than I am, I'm not gonna lie. Good morning! It's so foggy out today. It's like crazy foggy. It's not snow though, like stuff was melting yesterday. It's that time of year. Good morning. Happy Monday. I low-key actually like Mondays because I feel like, this might not be true. This admittedly might not be even remotely true. But I feel like me being here live on Mondays makes your Mondays better. Now that could be complete bullshit, and that's just my own ego talking, but it makes me get up on Mondays. Today we're making an emote. We're gonna finally update our, we have, in the Discord, we have an emote that is, the Untitled Goose. Holding a knife. And so we're gonna, like the one where it's running, and now I have to refine the image. And we're gonna turn it into, it's this image, but it's the full one. Wait, that's not, come on guys. Come on. I'll find it, it's okay. Untitled Goose Game. It's the image is called Honk. I want to change it into a Canadian goose. Does that feel like that's appropriate for how the entire Discord feels right now? I've been meaning to change it for a long time, and I just haven't gotten around to it. What do you have? A knife? I've still never actually played this game. Wait, I edited in the knife. I forgot. I forgot that was me that did it. Oh my god. I totally forgot that the image doesn't exist. I'm the one who invented it. I just took the goose, like, running around, and I threw a knife in its mouth. God, I forgot that was me. Oh my god, it was so long ago. My streams give you something to do? Well, hey, that's something. I'll take it. Like I said, it might not even be true. It's just how I feel about it. And my feelings are just as valid, so that's how I feel. That's my thoughts on the matter. I have to show you guys something, though. Give me these. Give me all these little pixels. Give me all these little in-betweens. I got a comment where somebody was complaining on YouTube about, like, that I had an ego, basically, and I thought that was very, very funny. Because, you know, everybody's got an ego. But I just thought it was particularly amusing. Let me pull up the image that I'm talking about so I can show you guys. Dapper's No James was amazing. The video or when we did it live? Because he told me he was gonna do that live. And I was just like, oh, of course you're gonna do this while I'm there. Which isn't a complaint, by the way. It's just I thought it was funny. And he was like, well, it wasn't on purpose, but I'm glad it's you. It seems on brand. And I'm like, oh, okay. Reasonable. You saw the video? Oh, what a guy. What a guy, am I right? Alright, so this person named Mrs. Pitbull, who I don't recognize, said, you might have good points, but getting through the minutia, which I thought was an odd word for what they're saying. A minutia of your narcissism is too reminiscent of listening to Woof for anyone to care. And I said, of course I have great points, I'm the best, which one is your favorite? And then they responded with, LOL, you do have your charms, don't you, smiley face. And I'm like, I'm hilarious! Now let me explain. Comedy has rules, but under those rules there are all, like, it's incredibly subjective. So when you say, like, there are rules to comedy, you know, like the rule of thirds and stuff like that, there's still subjectivity to it. You don't remove that subjectivity. So as long as you're, like, vaguely within the guidelines of rules of comedy, it's still gonna be subjective about whether any individual will like your joke or not, right? Now, I can say I'm the funniest person in the world with full confidence, because my metric is me. I think I'm fucking funny. And because comedy is objective, you can't tell me otherwise. If you ever see me where I have to review or watch my own shit, I will laugh at my own jokes like an abject moron. Every single time. I'm laughing at my own jokes right now. It's cringy as shit, and I'm all about it. I love it. I'm not even sorry. In fact, the majority of the things I say because I have already decided in my brain that I think it's funny. Otherwise, I wouldn't say it. And I live in this space. I believe, and I am the funniest person on the planet. And I'm not sorry, and you will never change my mind. Anyway, I thought that was really funny. I wanted to share. I think people are, I just think people are funny and silly and goofy little guys sometimes. There we go. I had 100% forgotten that I was the one who fucking put the goose on, put the knife on the goose. Oh man. I'm just gonna tidy this up just a little tiny baby bit. We don't have to do a whole ton, it's just gotta get a little cleaned. You met James IRL in Texas when Team Skeptic and Nathan Thompson had their debate along with Bridge the Divide. Oh, that's cool. Did you like any of those people? The only person I know of that group of people you mentioned that stayed not being a piece of shit was Bridge the Divide. They're pretty cool still, from my understanding. I talked to them not too long ago. They were still chill. You missed it live. I added 2 sentences and 3 stupid shit posts to the email. I think it's great that Dapper got his chat and his Discord. Actually, out of curiosity, how active is Dapper's Discord? I'm curious to know. Team gave you his bell? That's cool. The Discord's really active. I was in a streamer's Discord not too long ago, just, you know, scoping it out and looking around, like, as I do, because I'm nosy, and they invited me. And I was like, there's nothing like, nobody's talking in here. Is that common? Is it? I don't know. I'm not as well versed in Twitch etiquette as I am with YouTube. I think I was, if I remember correctly, I was in Dapper's channel like a long time ago. I was in Dapper's Discord. I don't remember though. I just get busy and I like mass leave Discords every so often. I'm like, I don't talk in here. And it's not because like they're doing anything wrong, it's just because I'm busy and I'm not talking to anybody, so like I feel like I'm wasting people's space and time. Stressing myself out with notifications for no reason. This is why I tell people when I'm in Discords and stuff, like if you want me, tag me. Like if you want me to speak on something or you want me to engage, just tag me because I won't necessarily see it otherwise. Often he and Ben are just chatting and watching something with people. Yeah, I know they do their watch stuff in there. But that's cool. I'm not in voice chat as much as I would like prefer to be in my own Discord sometimes, but that's mostly because I'm busy as shit. Well, like, we used to hang out in the voice chat a little bit more. Now we do it a little bit less often. I'm kind of hoping like once all the court stuff's done, that'll sort of clean itself, like that'll fix itself. I'll have a little bit more time. Like, the fact that this court shit is still going is insane to me. Like, that's crazy. Alright, there's our goose. Now we need to change our goose to a Canadian goose. I'm just doing this with my mouse, by the way, for anybody who's curious. I don't know why I'm doing this with my mouse. Just because I haven't moved my tablet yet, I guess. I don't know. Canadian goose. Honk, motherfucker. Oh my god. You haven't seen people in the voice chat? Yeah, we haven't been in there too much recently. Mostly because I'm the one who instigates it most of the time. Sometimes Manya does, but Manya's also been crazy busy recently. We've all been really busy recently. Like 2020, what year is it? 2026? Why did that? Weird. 2026 has also just been crazy so far. It's like we're only in February and we're we're halfway through February and shit's crazy, my guy. Shit's nuts. It's out there. It's wild. How many war crimes have Canadian geese whispered to you? It's been 84 years. Well, and then when we do hang out in the Discord, we're in there for like the day, man. Like that's my whole day. I need to get your guys' thoughts on what song I should do for 5K subs. I like that the Canadian goose is legit just black. It's like, you know, it's got no fucking chill. I should probably do that on a new layer, to be honest. There we go. Wrong layer. There we go. Tokyo Ghoul's opening in Japan. How did it do? Or is that today? Have you taken your morning stretch? No, I haven't yet. The US needs more courts and judges. The US needs help. So the United States just needs help. It looks like Roadhog decided to shut the fuck up, which is, you know, a start. Fuck. No. There we go. At least, I think that's 2 that I've managed to chase off before they kind of started, you know what I mean? Because there was that one crazy, what's that, the lady who didn't know what an opinion was. What was her name? Southern Mutton, who tried to get involved in all this court shit and tried to, like, spin the same bullshit. And then there was, and then Roadhog. Otherwise, there's, like, just, like, the same level of, like, stupid troll bullshit. And that's, like, whatever, who cares? Not that important. Priorities, my guys, priorities. Honk, my friends, honk, honk. And then it's such a cobra chicken. Oh my god. You gotta like figure this out. I gotta think about this. I gotta what am I doing? Probably fucked up because he found out he was wrong. I hope so. Like, that's the dream, right? The dream is to make commentary about something and have somebody actually put their fucking brain cells together and be like, oh wait, I was wrong. That never happens, though. That's never the case. And, like, God, the dream. The dream is so real that, like, one day the response will be, oh, whoops, I just got something wrong. It's oh my god, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Could you imagine a world where people were just like, oh shit, I was wrong about something, my bad. Well, it's not just me. I guess Monty was giving him shit too, right? So, like, I don't want to take credit. It looks like fucking some people have also actually shut the fuck up for the last little while, too. I know there was another court hearing that, but it's only because I was supposed to potentially witness at it, but I didn't get called, so I don't know. Don't know the details. Maybe he found a woman who doesn't back down from a man. I feel like there's lots of those. Like, that doesn't seem like it's a special thing. That seems like it's probably actually more common than not. Although I guess that kind of depends on where you live. I guess it also depends on, like, how often people are willing to, like, stick their neck out. And I think that a lot of people aren't willing to stick their neck out and make, like, a decision. They'd rather be like, oh, I don't want to get involved, or it seems like there's a lot going on here and I'm not gonna do the work, or I don't, like, it's like a, oh, it's a he said, she said, or it's a both sides. I hate that shit. It's annoying, it's stupid, it's a waste of everybody's time. Like, if you're gonna both side something, you may as well not say anything. There are times where both sides is appropriate, but, like, you have to know what's going on to make that determination, right? Like, there's been situations where I've seen, I'm like, oh, so this is just everyone's stupid, okay. And usually when you get a situation where, oh, everyone is just stupid, you can mediate that. You can mediate a situation where just everybody's being dumb, right? That's doable. You can work with that. But you have to know what's going on to make that determination. If you don't know what's going on, you have no idea. If you don't know what's going on, then you don't know what's going on. Do you know you see what I'm saying? It's just like me for real. Annoying, stupid waste of time. Oh, do you think you're an annoying, stupid waste of time? No. Roadhog's just so used to doing all the threatening, but the ones who defend themselves can hit back. He's hit smaller people with no something. You have an audience that keeps hitting. Oh, he keeps hitting, and oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. No, no, don't be mean to yourself. The world will be mean enough to you. You know, it doesn't need help. But it's fun. Okay, yeah, I mean, self-deprecating humor is a grand old time. I will give you that. That is true. We will transform this into one honky boy. You think America's gonna get mad at our goose because, like, mad at Canada because the goose is black? Insert racist joke here. I also really don't like it when people do that fucking both sides shit, especially when they don't know what the fuck's going on. Because, like, they never do it for themselves. It's, like, it's almost always, every time, it will always be followed up by, like, or like, something happens to that person, they'll be like, well... Or, like, when people call shit just drama, it's like, bro. When it's you, it's never drama, but when it's other people, you, without knowing what's going on, you'll be like, yo, drama. I don't know about it. Hands off, hands off, hands off. Shit drives me crazy. I bully Tress on the daily. She gets a kick from it. I think it's funny. Like, it's all a good fun, right? I like, there's always, like, space for, like, as long as something's, like, good-natured and humorous. Like, you could basically say anything to me. As long as it's funny enough, I'm not gonna get mad. Like, but it has to be funny. And that's the problem with people like The Company and stuff, right? And Steve, it's like you're taking your shit too seriously, and it's not funny because it's malicious. Somebody asked me, I saw a comment, somebody asked me when I realized Steve was so morally bankrupt, and I was just like, oh, probably in and around the time he was being racist about CRT. Short answer. I didn't actually answer the message because I try not to answer stuff like that because, like, you're asking a really big question in a YouTube comment, and I'm like, I can't really answer that question in an effective manner in the space that I'm being provided. You are correct. The Canadian goose is all throughout North America. They are not just a Canadian thing. But we adopted them the most, it seems. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why we picked the Canadian goose. Probably because they're pretty, like, prolific throughout all, like, basically all of Canada. They go more north, they go more south, they're around. They match our they match our crazy. I like the I like the loon. The loon is one of the coolest birds that you can find in Canada. The loon's so cool, especially like if you've never seen a loon before. They're spooky. They're pretty prolific as well, but they're very like subject to lakes. Why do you care about this? It doesn't affect you. I don't care about myself. It's about other people. It is the people it is affecting, yeah. It's not you today, but it could be tomorrow or a year from now. Yeah, like having a little bit of a wider view of things is usually a good idea. The ego goes over YouTube's word limit. I would express how much I love myself, but I don't have enough characters. That's very funny. I don't know why people think that I think I'm so great all the time. I don't know what that's about. It seems like an excuse to me. Like, it seems like a throwaway line. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that's about. It seems like a throwaway line to just dismiss what I'm saying, as opposed to, like, an actual criticism of my behavior. Which, I mean, you can criticize. Like, look at me. First off, I'm adorable. I'm very funny. I'm adorable, I'm cute, I can be sexy when I want to be sexy. It's my personality that's the problem. It's the shit I say with my face hole, that's the issue. I have an attitude problem. I know this. You know this. People think I don't know that? I live with this. I know. I have to deal with the consequences of the shit I say every day. I think it makes you cooler. Yeah, maybe. Some people are into that shit. And some people aren't into this shit. And that's okay. Oh my god. I find it weird that people try to hold hostage, like, whether or not they like you. As if, like, I give a shit. Like, people will be like, oh, well, I think you're ugly and I don't like you unless you behave in the way I want you to. And I'm like, why would I convince me that I should want you to like me? Why is that what you're selling? I'm not sold on this. They whisper war crimes. Put a mouse in his gas mask and then light the end on fire. Cool story, bro. I hate myself also. What's new? Yeah, it's such a weird thing. I don't hate me. I think I'm funny. I think I'm the funniest clown in town, man. I do things like I'll go on a Dapper channel and just be like, why do you invite me here? Why do you let me here? Like, who let me have a YouTube channel? Like, who decided any of this was a good idea? Like, it's not. It's a terrible idea. This is an awful decision made outside of my power. Why do I should think? Why do I should think about you? Thinking that you don't like me. Ah, wonderful. Perfect. I'm Chesh. Happy Monday. Everybody got a case of the Mondays. Oh my god. Please. More. Yes. Perfection. Have you guys ever seen that commercial? The commercial for the game Perfection? Put the pieces into this block, make the right selection, but be quick, you're racing the clock. Wow, pop goes perfection. I hated that game because it scared the shit out of me. I'd be focusing on putting stuff in and then it would blow up in my face and I'd be like, yeah. I hated it. I stopped playing it. I was like, never again. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Hell no. Nah, I don't like that. I don't even know how I feel about these black stripes. I kind of feel like it's just supposed to be a solid fucking little goober. Mate, Do why I shouldn't not think of you thinking that me think I'm the problem? I don't think you what thinking is. I love using stuff like that for like, for D&D, like for TTRPGs and stuff. Because like, I really like playing with like, thinking. I really like playing with people's, with the languages that different races have, because like, I feel like that doesn't get played with enough. And I feel like there are like certain races that just won't learn other languages because they're racist. So like I'm convinced that like, so you guys know what the Eladrin are? The Eladrin are like the progenitor elves that are like elf angels basically that live in the Feywild, and they like exclusively live in the Feywild. They don't really leave, and they're kind of don't want to interact with the material plane at all if they can avoid it. And so, but they also like are immortal basically and live forever. And so I'm like, okay, so they're incredibly traditional. They are they do basically an ethno state, and they're racist. There's no way these guys are learning Elvish. Because like, the elves on the material plane speak Elvish. All the other Fae all speak Sylvan. So I'm like, so the Eladrin don't speak Elvish and will refuse to learn Elvish and will like be snide about it. And one of the guys that I play with telling me about one of his other characters in a different game that I wasn't in, telling me about this Eladrin character that he made who was like, he's got two different Eladrin that he's played, and he's like, they're both racist in different ways. One is like the condescending, I'm better than you and you suck, and the other one is the condescending, but I think you're cute for trying. And he said the one they went to some elf town, and the Eladrin, and he's there and he's an elf, and so they're speaking, the elves start speaking in Elvish to him, and he just stops and speaks in Common and says, "Is there anyone here who speaks a real language?" I'm like, that's the funniest shit ever. There was one guy I played with years and years and years ago. I played with, and he was a goblin who he decided was racist against goblins, and he was like refused to acknowledge that he was in fact a goblin. And so when the party first met him, there was an Eladrin in the party, and the Eladrin was like, "The fuck is that?" And another player answered, "Oh, it's a goblin." "You've never seen a goblin before?" He's like, "No, what the fuck is this thing?" And the player playing the goblin was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not a goblin." And they were like, "What?" So the Eladrin was getting really confused. The human character was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I was playing a Warforged and was just like, eventually stepped in and just said, "If it looks like a duck, and it quacks like a duck, then it's probably a guy." And the guy interrupted me and just said, "I ain't no goddamn gib." And the whole table died. And we were like, did you just invent a racial slur for goblins? And that has forever been the racial slur for goblins. Ever since. It was brilliant. Oh my god. Oh, it was wonderful. Like, racism is bad, okay? But sometimes, when it doesn't hurt anybody, and it's fictional, it makes for a really good character plot point, and like a really good flaw to put in a character. And it can be really, really funny, because nobody's getting hurt. There's no real racism happening. Real racism is really bad. Pretend racism can be really funny. Oh my god, it was brilliant. absolutely brilliant. I ain't no goddamn Gib. Will live in my brain rent-free forever. Uncle Ruckus Goblin? Yeah, basically. Basically Uncle Ruckus Goblin. Oh my god, it was so funny. It was so fucking funny. I'll never forget it. I loved that. I thought it was amazing. Brilliant. I don't like how, like, not smooth the edges are here. Like, why? Why is this so icky? Oh, that's a little bit better. Gotta clean it up a bit. Remember, this is gonna be really small, right? You're trying to make a clip of me and it's horrible on mobile. No, the Uncle Ruckus Goblin. I responded to Uncle Ruckus Goblin. Yes, very Uncle Ruckus Goblin. So funny. So funny. Were you making a clip of me saying that maybe racism is funny sometimes? Am I adding a goblin riding it? No, because this is an emote. If I made a goblin riding it, it would be, you'd never see it. It would just get, it'd just be like a mess. Like it wouldn't translate at all. So unfortunately for this one, I cannot. But we can do like another painting at some point of like, we can do like an epic, like one of those paintings you would put on a mantle of like a goblin and with like a helmet and the thing, the flying goose. Some good shit with that. What, now you're gonna use the racial slur for goblin against me? No, you can't do that. Oh my god. It was really funny. It was really, really funny, guys. Goblins. Goblins doing goblin things. I know. I know. Oh. Yeah, I also don't like that. One of the things with Roadhog, right? That, but like, I'll never understand. I will never understand why somebody decides to say dumb shit about something they don't know anything about, while also saying they don't know anything about it. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, my guy? What is your plan? What is the point, my friend? You brought this upon yourself. Stop giving me material. Yeah, no, I know. I'm my own worst enemy. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break. I will be right back. I gotta warm my tea up. Yeah, I'm out here looking for that warm tea, like burn my mouth tea is where I'm at right now. Oh my god. I don't know. Why do I feel like I have a cold? This is ridiculous. What have I done? What have I done? Why? Why am I suffering? Oh. I finally made the spicy tuna thing, and it was really good. So I used mayonnaise, sriracha sauce. It could have used more sriracha sauce, and so you'd have to take a little bit less mayonnaise, but it'll take me a couple of times to get the balance correct. But it was like a whole can of tuna. There's still some leftovers. And then I just stir-fried a little bit of vegetables in teriyaki sauce. I used onions and carrots, but you could definitely use more. And then I had, like, cabbage leaf that I cut into, like, squares, so you could just take stuff and just shove it in. You throw some rice in there, and that'd be, like, a full-on meal. Like, a full, proper, like... And it would be really filling, too. Ugh. Racism is bad. But sometimes, is that just what you clipped? Is it just that? Because that's hilarious. Hershey had this amazing sourdough loaves for $1.60, so I got 2 extras to freeze. Oh, and some blackberry jam. Ooh. Oh. Al, I'm always jealous. Always jealous. That's an amazing clip. I knew it as soon as I said it. And like I said, I'm only saying it because I already think it's funny. If I didn't think it was funny, I wouldn't say it in the first place. Why is my pen not doing pen things? Pen, what are you doing? What happened? Is this... Oh, why is the opacity on this way down? Did I do that? I must have. I must have changed the opacity on the wrong layer. Alright, what do you think? Here's our goose. Are we happy with our goose? Do we need to give the goose a knife? Does the goose need a knife? Honk. Cobra chicken? Hell yeah. Canadian cobra chicken? Yes. Alright, let's get a knife. What's that goose got? A knife! Untitled Goose Game. Is there a part where the goose is ever carrying a knife? Like, am I crazy? Like, I feel like maybe I'm... Oh, no, there is! No, there's totally one where he's carrying a knife. Okay, I'm not crazy. I thought I was losing my fucking absolute mind, my guy. No, look, he's got a knife. This was the original one. I'm not crazy. I didn't give him the knife. God damn it. I did all this work and I just should have typed the word knife into the search bar. I'm a fool. Alright, it's fine. We're just gonna select knife and we're just gonna slap it on there. Slappy the Squirrel, that shit. Do you guys remember Slappy the Squirrel? Am I the only one who remembers Slappy the Squirrel? I can't be the only one who remembers Slappy the Squirrel. That can't be true. Slappy was amazing. Slappy whacks him with her purse. Button chases Mindy while Rita sings a verse. Here we have no script, why bother to rehearse? We're animaniacs. That is cute and yakko yaks. Well, Bill Clinton plays the sax. We're animaniacs. This is what happens when you're at half capacity. Listen, brain, not braining today. There we go. The goose has a knife. Success. Now we just gotta clean the knife up a bit. Untitled Give Game. If I made a if I made a game titled Untitled Gib Game that was basically Untitled Goose Game, but with goblins, I would make it play like it's Pikmin. I would use all the goblin goobers that we've made and then have them be like little industrious little guys that you then get to select and move around, and they have to, like, they work as a group to go and do things. Stuck in the office for a bit longer. Happy Monday! They give zero fucks when they are in a pen with a silverback gorilla. Cobra chickens? Yeah, no. Canadian geese don't give a shit. Not a single fuck is given by any singular fucking goose. Canadian goose specifically. They just do not care. They've seen shit and they know more than you do. That's They would fight God. To be fair, I've been in the mood to fight God recently, I'm not gonna lie. This asshole. Alright, there we go. What do we think? I think this needs to be adjusted a little bit. There we go. Should be good. That's a little better. Alright. Are we happy with our new emote? I'm pretty happy with this. Get rid of this other shit. What is this? Oh, that's the eyeball. I mean, we could also give it no eye. Like, no eye is also translates pretty well. Let's keep it for now, though. I'm just merging all the layers together, so it makes my life a little easier. Music? Gibbons. Gibbons? Gibbons would be super funny name. Am I ready for Thursday? Oh, because I'm gonna talk more about Gavin Newsom and Ian Brenner. Oh my god. Okay, there's something that I can't wrap my brain around, alright? You guys can help me with this. I'm just some random shitter on the internet, right? Like, I'm not a very well-educated person. I'm not terribly intelligent. Like, I'm not a complete idiot. Like, I'm not an abject moron, but, like, I don't have, like, super high intelligence. I'm not, like, super experienced. I don't know a lot of things. How the fuck are two, like, educated leaders in their respective fields dumber than I am? How like, this can't be real, right? That, like, what? What in the fuck? For anybody curious, I also have a twit, like, I have an emote template that is 400 by 400, so, you should just make yourself a template that is 400 by 400. Because that now it's already to scale that it needs to be for emotes. So just make yourself a template. Easy. Honk. I could even put the word honk in here. You guys want me to put the word honk? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put the word honk, and then we can decide later if we don't like it. Like, it can't be, like, this isn't okay, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. Like, this is not alright. This is not okay. Whatever this is, it's not cool. Gargamel type D&D character. Yeah, probably. Goblins. Give the knife a checker pattern because the goose is obviously related to orcs and I don't know if I can get away with that. I think it might be too small. It might be a little too cluttered. Alright, what font do we use for this? For the honk? You want something like this? That's way too small. Like, you're not gonna be able to read that. Comic Sans. I like the Acme font. The Acme font is pretty good. That one's not bad. We will obviously also look at Comic Sans. Obviously. We gotta see how Comic Sans. Papyrus? Alright, we'll check a bunch of the fonts and see how it See what we get. Honk. So then you guys can honk in the chat with emote, the honk emote. Hide a little cat face in there somewhere. Yo, if it wasn't an emote, yes. I can't, there's no way in hell. It's gonna be this big. Like, that's how big it's gonna be. There's no way I'm gonna be able to hide anything in it. It's too small. How would they know? How would they know? Oh god, that's horrific. Ariel just looks like that. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna, oh, let's make this a little, oh boy. Oh dear. And cunt under the beak. Oh no, it's a French Canadian goose. Oh, oh dear. Geese are literally so ungrateful for how many people don't just run them over. So in like the cheesy Chinese dramas I watch, I'm just gonna title this honk. Thank you to save. I will take the stretch in a moment. In the Chinese drama I watch, they'll be like, oh, you're just a ungrateful white-eyed wolf. And I'm just like, you Canadian goose. You're just a Canadian goose. Completely ungrateful. Fucking entitled, ungrateful dick. Arial bold. That might be readable as like a one, you know what I mean? With a beret. We need like something that gets across like the nature of the honk. We need a font that gets across the honk. Actually, that's kind of, I don't hate that. That's pretty good. Papyrus Comic Sans. Yeah. We're gonna look at a couple. I like that. That's Belle. That's pretty good. That's not gonna be readable. Ancient Egyptian comic book makers could appreciate. Oh, needs the exclamation mark. Does it? Alright, let's add the exclamation mark. Honk. Oh, that's pretty good. Le honk. Give the French Canadian one a baguette and one of those stupid French hats. A beret. The word you're looking for is beret. That one looks menacing. Oh, le honke. Oh my god. I can't wait for Canadians to get annoyed enough. Oh, that's good. Oh, doesn't translate, but I really like that. Oh, I like that. Black outline on the text. No, that's not gonna fly. Cause again, this is like for an emote. If it wasn't an emote, perhaps, but because it's an emote, adding the black line to it is gonna make it fucking unreadable. Oh, that was pretty good. Where is Comic Sans? How have I not gotten there yet? Century Gothic? I do like the Century Gothic. Century Gothic schoolbook is nice. A nice font. No, adding a black line won't really do anything. There's the Comic Sans. Comic Sans is classic. It's good. It works. What was the other one you said? Comic Sans or Papyrus? That was the other one. Let's take a look at Papyrus. See how Papyrus works. Oh, I went past it. Papyrus. Let's stick with a Comic Sans. Comic Sans is a good choice. Honk. Yeah, no, your idea is right. This just in this particular in any other situation, I would say you're basically correct. But because of like, watch what happens. I'll just show you. So if I go in and I add, so the way you do this, by the way, is you have a vector layer that will have your your text box layer, right? So you right click on it in the layer, you pick layer style, and it'll bring up a different window. You guys can't see the window because it's a different window. I'm not window capturing my whole screen. I've drawn too many inappropriate things for me to just show you my entire screen. And then you add stroke, which is at the bottom. Now you can add bevels and you can drop shadow and you can do overlays and stuff. Right now it'll be at whatever settings it's at. I'm just gonna change them to this for now. Right, which you would think would be pretty good. But here's the problem. As soon as you zoom it out, it makes it worse. As opposed to, it's just too much, right? It's just too much. When you turn it off, it's better, right? Goose going down, nice slide with penguin music, yep. I'm not explaining this because, like, I think you're dumb or anything. I'm just explaining this to sort of, just for educational purposes. Onk. It's the same reason why I took off, like, the markings for the tail or the wing markings. Like, they're lost in translation. As soon as it goes that small, there's no point in having them there, so. We are gonna save this as a PNG. Okay, and now I'm gonna go to my Twitch settings, and I'm gonna fucking go find emotes. And we've got open slots for free emotes. Guess what's going in there? Honk. Yes. Honk. The emote name is Honk. 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 Upload. Emote successfully uploaded. Alright, guys. Do we have honks in the chat? Are they there already? It might not be there. It might take like a hot minute for it to upload. But they'll be there. They will be there. Wonderful. I wonder if they'll be there this stream or not. The Blah Goblin. Yes! They're there! The honk army! That's so good. That's wonderful. That makes me very happy. I too am a dumb gib. You do know if you start using gib like that, people are gonna be very, very confused, and they're not gonna... The Blah Goblin? Which goblin are you talking about for the Blah Goblin? Which goblin are you referring to? One of the things that I miss that I don't have access to on VMix that I want to get access to again if we switch to OBS, which I think might be a good idea for at least Twitch, is Rain. Hello? The emote wall. So when you guys send emotes, they like float across the screen. I fucking love that shit. You can't see the goose? It's up there. I can see it on the screen. I can see it. You might need to refresh. I always recommend by banjo music. I fucking adore that game. Should I play banjo on stream? I did Banjo-Kazooie and I did a full playthrough that's on Twitch somewhere. Like 100% completed. Should I do that with Banjo-Kazooie? Or Banjo-Tooie? I see the honk. I've got honk. Boom. Honk. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, it doesn't come out as good in dark mode. The honk comes out good, the body comes out good, but like the Cobra Chicken kind of loses its, I could make him a little lighter. Did we try that? Might find some really fun modded versions of Banjo-Kazooie. The Blah Goblin. Oh, the one that's like, bleh. That one? The one that's like, ew. That goblin? Is that the goblin you're talking about? Let's take this goose and let's make him less black. Make him a little less black. Like, it should still translate as black, regardless. That should be a little better. Let's try that. Hopefully it doesn't get mad at me. Remove from slot. Alright, let's try again. Honk. That's better. Okay. Honk. Wonderful. Exclamation mark? Oh no, it's yelling at me because it doesn't like that honk is already in the... It's already in the library. What if I make honk in all capitals? No. No. Let's make it honk. There we go. It's fine. That looks better. Alright. Refresh and try it now. That should be better. No, making it capitals doesn't work. I tried that. Alright, try now. That translates way better. Much better. Okay. We did it. We did it. Good job, everybody. Good job, everyone. This one sounds like Pokemon. This song? This is DK Summit for Mario Kart 6. Or, sorry, Mario Kart 8. I'm pretty sure. 1 hour 40. Yeah, DK Summit Mario Kart 8. The next one is the snowboard race from Rayman 3. Okay. We should start building... Okay, we got 2 options of what we can work on. We can paint more goblins. Now that we finish this emote. And or we can start working on switching some of our streaming process to OBS. Now, and I'll like share my screen so you can see it as I make it, right? My thing with OBS that I don't like is I have a hard time keeping it organized for multiple things. That's my problem with OBS. And that's just a me problem of me not figuring out how to organize it in a way that I'm comfortable with. You got shook last night? Doing what? What happened? What happened? Learn Moogle's dead in Final Fantasy Tactics. Oh yeah, I saw you posting about that. I thought that was pretty funny. They're dead. No? Or Moogles. I'm low-key kind of okay with the Moogles being dead. I'm not gonna lie. Fucking bastards. I feel like we didn't make the cheese look goopy enough. Actually, that looks pretty good. I'm being too hard on myself. That actually looks quite... You did a good job. I take it back. This looks great. Never mind. I didn't need to do anything. This is perfect. We're done with this one. Perfect. Next one is the mechanic. These guys are all going to be available on Patreon once I finish setting that up too. Yeah, I'm going to reset up the Patreon, by the way, for anybody who cares. Patreon will be set and you'll get like the art and stuff. And you'll be able to, you know, adopt a goblin. But that's gonna come up. That'll be ready for next month. I don't know the Final Fantasy Tactics lore very well. The CC plugin, so Feline can have a better time of it on Switch. Oh, yeah! Yeah. You right. Yeah, with Twitch, with OBS directly, there's gonna be like a lot more things we can just do in general, because OBS is just like a lot more, because it's an open source program and they've made it the way that they did intentionally. They did it intentionally. But you guys all know this. I'm speaking to the choir here. Got overshadowed. I mean, I feel like it got a mix of overshadowed, and it got a mix of being, like, a different kind of game, right? Like, Tactics is just very different than, like, your typical JRPG combat style, right? Well, and Final Fantasy VII made Square so much money. Also a per application sound plug, so you won't have to mute all the time to play the audio from the browser, providing you use your earbuds. Oh yeah, I mean, I can do that now. I just don't want to wear earbuds all the time. I'm just an asshole. Guys, I'm just an asshole. It's just me being an asshole, I promise. It's literally just that. Like, I don't... I just don't want to wear fucking earbuds constantly. It hurts my ears. In the zone. Live in America, and America is not... I live in America, and America is not fund foreigners and goblins, so I can't adopt, but there's nothing about a goblin adopting me. That's how it works. You just kind of you stumble across this place and then you're stuck here. You get picked up. An asshole and a goblin. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just because, like, I wear my ones and they're fine. I'm just, like, I'm just being a dick. Like, it is literally just me being a problem. It's just me. It's like I should be wearing them now because I have, like, audio playing, but I just don't want to. It's literally just me not wanting to, my guy. This is a totally me problem. I just don't wanna. It also kind of messes with my volume of like how loud I'm speaking, which is also a little bit of an issue, but that's mostly just, again, a me problem, not like a program problem. I really don't like wearing like over-the-head headphones while I'm doing art because it bothers my neck and my head because it, like, weighs on it. That's also not good. That's no bueno. Yeah, today's a holiday. It's a holiday! So, like, I'm the only one getting up early. Cheap chocolate day. Yes. Correct. President's Day. We had Flag Day. What is this holiday called? I don't even remember. Hold on. Let me find out. There's Flag Day, and that was this weekend. My calendar gonna tell me? Oh yeah, it's just Family Day. I thought so. It's Family Day in Canada. Because we don't have a president. I need to tell you guys about Jean Chrétien. How much do you guys know about fucking Jean Chrétien? You know who that is. You know who I'm referring to when I'm talking about Jean Chrétien. Jean Chrétien, is a former Prime Minister of Canada. He is fucking hilarious. He's like 97 now. And he spent 10 years as the Prime Minister of Canada, and this man is fucking hilarious. He's so fucking funny. You guys will love him. He's French-Canadian. He's from Shawinigan, Quebec, I believe? Oh my god. He's so fucking funny. He's so goddamn funny. There's one thing that Canadians love, and it's a sense of humor, man. You got a sense of humor. This is one of the reasons why I don't think, like, when Gavin Newsom and what's his name, Ian Brenner were so convinced that, like, oh, without Donald Trump, Carney wouldn't have won the election. I'm like, I don't know about that, guys. Like, I don't think you understand how much Canadians love a sense of humor. Even Trudeau had a sense of humor. Trudeau just got, like, fucked by Russia bots and, like, fucking Pierre Poilievre being an absolute, like, that populism bullshit. And, like, didn't really deal with it in a way that worked for him. So, like, I don't think Trudeau was that bad. I just think there was a lot of fucking anti-Trudeau propaganda. His full name is amazing. Joseph Jacques Jean Chrétien. It reminds me of, like, you guys remember when Yuri on Ice came out, the anime? And they were like, oh look, we're gonna put a Canadian, and the Canadians were like, oh hey, they put a Canadian ice skater. That's great. Oh, he's French Canadian. Oh, he's an arrogant prick. Of course he is. What's his name? Jean-Jacques Leroy? Oh, of course it is. It's so funny. This one thing that, like, about Canada too, I don't know if this is, like, a thing in America more than it is in Canada. We think Canadian stereotypes are fucking hilarious. Like, we're not bothered by them, but part of that is because, like, there's a difference between, like, oh, we just think all Canadians are, like, we think they're stupid if you're using them unironically, but if you're using them ironically or, like, as, like, a meme, they're funny as shit. So, like, stereotypes are not really, like, racist stereotypes are obviously a problem when there's racist stereotypes happening, but, like, just stereotypes about Canada happening, like, in other places. So, like, if like somebody makes a show in Japan or somebody makes a show in France or England and there's, like, some weird stereotypical Canadian wandering around doing weird Canadian things, we're just gonna think that's great. Because we're just like, oh, you remembered we exist. That's cool. Yeah, Terrence and Phillip in South Park. Fucking funny. It's just fucking funny. We think that shit's great. That is not something that, like, generally offends Canadians in any real capacity. But, like, if you're being a dick about it, then we're like, okay, well, you're just being a dick. Like, you're just an asshole. And then we just brush it off as, oh, that person's just being an asshole. Because, like, we don't care. The train is hot? Is it winter for you right now? I ask because I know, like, the world is different in different places. It's not always this winter the same way for everybody all the time. It's Northern Europe. I already said I'm not a very smart person. What do you want from me? And your winter's not the same as my winter, for reasons. Some of those reasons are silly. Canada's a very silly place. I love how not serious we take ourselves most of the time. Oh, Northern Hemisphere. Your winter's similar to ours, right? Yeah, but like, I don't know how cold it gets where you are. That's more what I'm asking. Cause like, people will be like, oh, it's winter here. And then they'll be like, it's 5 degrees. And I'm like, oh. You mean autumn? It can be cold. Somebody just has the heat turned up too high in the train? Is that what you're telling me? It's hot. Why is it spicy? We've had some really cold days this winter. Where I'm at. There's been some really cold days. Lots of snow this year. Not as much snow as last year, I don't think. Last year was a lot of snow. A lot of snow. Had like -20 on occasion. Yeah, that's pretty average here. -20 is average. We had a couple of -30 days plus. Or we get like a -30 feels like -35. I'm gonna paint over these and then add them later, if I remember. Yeah, there's also like pockets sometimes, right? Where some places get like way more snow than others or way colder. So like, when I was living in London, Ontario, London, Ontario was in what we call the snow belt. So like, there was a lot of snow, but it wasn't as cold. Whereas where I'm at now is not as much snow, but a little bit colder. Fake London. Fake London. Pretend London. Maple London. Maple flavored London. I hope with all the trade deals we're making that people get more maple syrup. I want everybody to have more maple syrup. I think that'd be great. London is like 2 hours for you. American London. I feel like the character for the Major from Helsing Abridged. Storage Wars. I like war. Class war. No, actual London, Ontario. Oh, okay. You're not too far. You're not too far. Go get yourself a passport, my guy. Go get yourself a passport and hop that bridge. You're right near that new bridge that Trump is angry about because that man is angry about everything all of the time because he's a fucking child. $18 hours not counting traffic. That is one thing that we do over on this side of the ocean that I guess doesn't happen everywhere, and it's that like we measure things based in time of travel as opposed to distance. We're describing it in like the way it feels as opposed to like an actual metric. Because like the time it takes is going to change, right? So it's like, are you going to travel there? What's the time investment is the question that people are asking when they're like, how far away is it? They're not really asking the distance, they're asking the time investment to travel. Yeah, it'd be a long drive. I got some goober on that thing. Got some goober on my tablet. I recommend everybody get a passport if you can. Like, go get a passport. Just do it. Just having a passport is just better. Especially in the circumstance that Americans find themselves in. On the other hand, yesterday, I believe, was the day that China opened up no visa passport holders for Canadians. So if you're a Canadian and you have a Canadian passport, you can just go to China. I don't know if I would necessarily recommend it, but you can just do that now, which is pretty cool. I'm not brave enough to be the first person to go. I've said too many things about about their government. I don't think I would be safe. I mean, Hassan Piker went, didn't he? I'd probably be fine. I'd probably be okay. Well, I told you to hurry. You didn't listen to me. Technically, I get to London, Ontario in 13 hours. You might be able to cut some of that down if you flew into Hamilton. Maybe. I don't know if it would let you fly into Hamilton, though. If you're flying into Toronto, then it'd be like, Toronto is... like... maybe 2 hours? 2.5 hours of driving out of Toronto. Yeah, money issues. Yeah, I do be like that. I'm just giving you a hard time. Oh, of course, yeah. Theoretically. I mean, why would you travel to London, Ontario anyway? Like, what are you doing? Why are you going there? There is, like, I think that's where Brock University is, if I remember correctly. So, are you going to university, or are you, like, what do you... It's a university town. It's a small university town. It doesn't have, like, it's got a bit of a nightlife, but, like, it's not... I don't know why anybody would, like, if you were traveling that far, why London, Ontario would be the place you were going. Like, I can understand Stratford if people were going for, like, if you were going to Stratford to be like, I want to see some of the shows. I want to go to, like, the theater. I mean, there's still also just Toronto, right? So you could, I guess it depends. I can also understand Niagara, people wanting to go see the falls, or people wanting to do a wine tour. That's what Niagara is about. But like, it's the same reason why I wouldn't understand why anybody would want to come to my city. I can understand why people might want to go to Guelph, just because Guelph is really pretty and it's a nice place to like go and walk around and see like some conservation stuff, if you're into that. But like, or like the Butterfly Conservatory. The Butterfly Conservatory is pretty crazy. Or like if you wanted to see the African Lion Safari, which I mean, I guess, which is kind of like an like it's just a zoo. There's also the Toronto Zoo, which is a little bit more specific to being a zoo. There's also like the Ripley's Aquarium, so like you would probably want to go there instead. The city I live in has like nothing in it. It's not like this isn't a city that you come to do something. Like there's nothing going on. Well, there's lots to see if you go to the right spots, right? I mean, I'm not gonna travel to Toronto to go see much because, like, I don't care to. Like, I don't like Toronto that much. There's, like, there's a really cool comic book store in Toronto that is worth checking out if you're into comics. There's the zoo or the Ripley's Theater, or the Ripley's Aquarium. I mean, the CN Tower's neat. If you want to check it out, the Sky Dome's really, I guess, if you're into architecture, the Sky Dome's really cool, which isn't called the Sky Dome anymore, it's called the Rogers Center because we hate capitalism. There's also, there's art gallery, there's, like, a really nice, park at that follows along, like, Exhibition Park that follows, Lake Ontario. Like, there's lots to see, it's just a matter of where you're going. The places I'm talking about are, like, the piddly in-between towns. You know what I mean? It's like, there's not, why are you going here? Presumably Europe has piddly in-between towns that don't have, like, that are just small, like, towns that are just, you know, people doing things. The CN Tower has become highly overpriced. Yeah, if you want to talk about price ranges and, like, for the bang for your buck, I mean, CN Tower's kind of expensive. I feel like there's another place that there used to be something called Ontario Place, but that place kind of shut down, but they talked about bringing it back recently, and I'm like, yes, please do. Please bring that back. That shit was great. I don't know if Doug Ford will actually do it or not, but it would be great if he did. I'd love to have Ontario Place back. Ontario Place had, like, a big fucking Lego building and all kinds of cool shit, and you could, like, go for really cheap if you, like, with your kids and stuff. Yeah, it went to shit. I would love for it to come back. Like, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. I don't mean that. Like, if it's not the same, that's also fine. I'm not here to be, like, super picky about it. I just would love to have it back. Wonderland! Wonderland is there. It's one of the highest rated, theme parks in the world, and they have some pretty crazy shows there sometimes. Like, I'm not big on, like, that kind of place all the time, but, like, if you want to go see, like, a band playing, that's a good place to see it. Guelph has the Sleeman Center. There's the ACC, which is, like, the big hockey, like, the big, that's the ACC. It's a fucking big-ass arena. The ROM, that's right, that was the one I was thinking of, the ROM. The ROM was really cool. Dapper's supposed to be doing a stream with FTFE and Kip about how the Bible relates to Flurfs later today. Oh, that'll be good. Is it happening on Dapper's channel, or is it happening on all three of their channels? Are they multi-streaming? FTFE? That's cool. They might also do one of those things where they do it live and then put it out on other channels later. Yeah. Yeah, the Ontario place was great. I loved that. And then there was, like, the X, where they had they did, like, the airplane shows and stuff like that. That was cool. We used to do a lot of things that we just don't do anymore. They just stopped, like, things just stopped investing in them. The conservatives stopped investing in it. Specifically, most of this stuff went down when Harper was in office. Harper is like our Donald Trump. This is what I keep saying when I'm like, people think that Canada follows the United States, and sometimes it's actually the opposite. We already did Donald Trump, he was called Stephen Harper. But he also wasn't, like, fucking absolutely cracked-ass insane. Well, he at least didn't, like, have the power to do all of the crazy shit that he wanted to do. Jean Chrétien was the Prime Minister when gay marriage was legalized in Canada. He was actually not for gay marriage until he updated and changed his mind, because he was like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, okay, sure, yeah. Which is pretty funny. That's what he did on the stream where he always deemed the McCrayologist. Oh. Stop. I don't like it. What did I do to deserve this? I remember things. That's what I did to deserve this. How fucking dare I? God. Never gonna get rid of that label. No, probably not. Maybe in like 10 years people will forget if Steve actually goes away from the internet. And he's been not on the internet too much. I guess he's been probably being crazy on Facebook. I think he ran away to Facebook. But I haven't actually looked. Doing part 2 with Planar Rock. As far as I know, there's no plans for a part 2. I do know that like FTFE and Planar Rock plan to do videos, but I haven't seen those videos happen yet, so I'm not sure what happened to that. Maybe they thought the video with me there was enough crazy shit that they didn't need to do anymore. Well, I mean, there's just not much to talk about. If he's gonna go be crazy on Facebook, like, are we really gonna go and hunt down his fucking stupid-ass Facebook posts? Like, who fucking cares? I hope that Manya bonking him whenever he had a stream also helped. I think it did. The court stuff, plus him getting bonked by Manya and by me in different fields, kind of probably had a pretty... had an effect. I think it was effective. But I think he just ran away to Facebook. I just don't see any value in, like, going there to hunt down the crazy... Like, it's probably crazy and unhinged nonsense, because of course it is, it's Facebook. What else would it be besides crazy, unhinged nonsense? Yeah, exactly. It's just not interesting. It's just a crazy, unhinged nonsense. I guess, like, maybe I could go and troll some Facebook and find some, like, highlights, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like you would with a Reddit thread. But I wouldn't do it just for Steve. I would just go and find that. But I would rather just not participate in fucking Facebook, to be honest. That's the thing that, like, I have to keep in mind when it comes to, like, I only have so many spoons, right? I only have so much energy, and I can only cover so much shit. So I have to, every time, like, something new comes up or somebody brings up something to me, I have to be like, okay, is this worth my time? What do I get out of this? And it's something that I have to, like, seriously consider on a fairly regular basis. I just checked and holy shit, he has a pin post saying Barack Obama created by the deep state to allow Epstein to operate freely. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Like, it might be funny, like, once in a while to just poke your nose in and be like, what the fuck is this? What is this unhinged nonsense? But, like, it's not gonna... No! Now we're gonna go look. Fuck. Now I kind of want to see it. I'm clicking on it. You're not gonna stop me. I'm gonna fucking not click on it. Oh my god! Are you fucking serious? Oh my god! Oh, you guys have to see this. Hold on. No, I got, this is, should I save this for Dump Up Friday? No, I'm not gonna, no. It's staying here. we're not gonna have a conversation about this, but I am gonna show this to you. This is fucking... What the fuck? Hold on, I need to send this to some people. Give me a second. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking lord. Oh my god. Alright. Get your honks ready. Look at Dapper better be getting it, Lamau. Oh yeah, no, I sent it to Dapper. Dapper's got it now. It says mind blown emoji, mind blown emoji, mind blown emoji, mind blown emoji. Siren, siren, siren. Barack Obama was created by the deep state to allow Epstein to operate freely. Siren, siren, siren. Mind blown, mind blown, mind blown, mind blown, mind blown. Quote, Representative Tim Burchett says, Barack Obama was created by the deep state and allowed Jeffrey Epstein to operate freely, end quote. Barack Obama was created by the deep state to allow Epstein to operate freely, repeated 3 times. This is actually the 5th time it's been repeated in this post. Wrap your head around that. It's all being exposed. Everything. Representative Tim Burchett is almost in tears in regards to what is in the unreleased millions of files yet to be released soon. Ellipses, warning people, it is probably best no one read it or view the photos as it is life-changing satanic shit. This man is scared shitless. He has recently said his life has been threatened as well. This man has seen some shit no man should ever have seen. Keep in mind, I belong to the Satanic Temple that does not believe in being called Satan, nor has anything to do with actual ritualistic shit. Completely different things. This is so funny. This is the insane ramblings of a madman with brain damage. I feel bad laughing about it. I do not believe in a being called Satan, but I do believe in evil, real evil, as I am an evil realist. That says realist, like R-E-A-L-I-S-T-S, like multiple. Evidence coming soon in perpetuity. Did you put this in the Discord? I am an evil realist, as it is called in philosophy. With that said, ontological shock does crazy shit to the mind to try to apprehend what is about to be released to the entire world. That does say apprehend, I didn't get that wrong. Apparently our world is ran by actual literal satanic pedophiles who eat babies. Wrap your head around that. Actual Satanists who practice ritualistic killing and eating of children, ... and there are many of them in positions of power. Quote, it's evil, it's satanic, and it's from the pits of hell, end quote. Listen to Representative Tim Burchett here. Ellipses. This man has seen some shit, and not even his mind can truly apprehend. You keep using that word. Things so vile and disgusting that perhaps the only explanation is there being a real Satan, but I don't know, ellipses. Or maybe the world is just run by complete psychopaths. Guess time will tell. Hashtag MAGA American flag emoji. Listen, there being a cabal of elites in the United States, I buy. Cause saying it's Obama specifically, I don't know about that one. What is this unhinged rambling? Oh my god! And then there's like 2 videos linked to it as well. There's two videos linked that are, one of them's 4 minutes long and one of them's 1 minute long, and it's that fucking guy. I forget this guy's fucking name. It's a link to his show. In response, somebody said, "Have an awesome birthday, happy birthday," and they're all happy birthday messages underneath. What the fuck? My guy. Good god, this guy. This dude. This guy. I forget his name. This guy. He's a Valentine baby. Well, he was born on Valentine's Day. When he was conceived on Valentine's Day. Who the fuck is still talking to this man? I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious to look at who the fuck the people are that are talking to him are. Who are you? That looks like shitty AI art. This guy actually looks familiar. Wonder if I talked to him before. He's got a business fundraiser. He wants $70,000. Okay. Let's see who this one is. Who are you? Well, this guy's posting pictures of a photo of ICE agents shooting and killing a woman in Minnesota. So, why the fuck are they saying... Weird, but okay. Who's this guy? Rare photo of a mother wrench. Okay. Okay, mostly shit posting. A Marxist mountain lion toddler. Oh, okay. Warning to all parents, immediately stop feeding your kids Rice Krispies. Okay. Oh, that looks like some AI shit. Birthday fundraiser. A fundraiser for the Cancer Society. Fuck cancer. Okay. What the fuck? President's Day Smasher Pass? Okay. Alright, I guess. There's some cringy AI shit on a lot of this stuff, so... yeah. Birthday fundraiser, what? Yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. Oh, that was Dapper painting. He says, created by the deep state, like in a fucking lab or something. Do you guys know who this podcaster is? I forget his name, but like... I don't fucking remember. What? Also, why is this guy's glasses completely fucking skewed? It definitely makes him look less crazy. Am I right? Yeah, that loss against concrete and gravity made him insane.
Yeah, I don't think I've had people again. I talked earlier about how I had people asking me like, when did I find out that Steve was so morally bankrupt? And I'm like, this is like a. And I've had people asking me and talking about like, oh well, Steve was always. Do you think that Steve was always like this and we weren't paying attention? And I'm like, Steve has always had his things. Steve has always had issues. He's always had like things that he was wrong about or we disagreed on. That was part of what made the show interesting, right? But the problem isn't that we had different ideas. That the change in Steve isn't about having different ideas. The change about Steve is his willingness to have conversation and be reasonable, right? That's what's changed. And being able to handle any kind of pushback and without having these like aggressive outbursts, right? Yeah, he was stubborn and he could be an asshole, but like that was again part of that was just part of the bit. You know what I mean? So like it's odd to me for people to be like, oh well, he was like this the whole time, and I'm like, no, he had problems, but like we had things we disagreed on. But a lot of these kinds of questions come from people who also think that I never gave Steve pushback and that I just agreed with everything he said all the time. And I'm like, I feel like you people just didn't listen to the things I said. You just saw that I was on the screen and Steve was on the screen and you were so mad that you went deaf. Like you couldn't hear anything anymore. Yeah, he doesn't want to have these conversations anymore. He just wants to preach. And like, but his preaching is also like more unhinged. Like, I can understand him being wrong about CRT and getting that shit incorrect, and then having nobody around him to give proper pushback. I can follow the logic in, like, the way Steve is and was as a person. This deep state shit? Beyond the pale. Beyond the pale. You cannot... I'd have a hard time for anybody like questioning this to think that that he was always just like this or like didn't get a fucking head injury. Like, no. Like, absolutely not. Like, you would never see that kind of like that. He wouldn't even been able to like mimic that kind of a post. Like, Steve does not have, like, the creativity to, like, even successfully write that kind of unhinged nonsense as a joke. Like... Yeah, he had a tendency, he had a right-leaning lilt to him, but he was willing to be a decent person and hear people out. And then sometimes he was stubborn about things, and sometimes it took a little while to get him on board with, like, the thing that actually made sense. But then that was fine, right? And then it was, like, it didn't come up again as a problem, usually. Well, and he was willing to have, like, as much as you could say, like, yeah, we babysat him. Like, I babysat Steve a lot, but a lot of that just had to do with, like, how to engage in a productive way on the internet without being a reactive idiot. It didn't really have to do with, like, hey, Steve, don't harass somebody. Like, that wasn't what I was fucking babysitting him about. It just had to do with him being reactive. He's acting like a dementia grandpa from the late 90s that reads the pop-ups and believes them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we used to have Caffeine Corner. Yeah, exactly. All you have to do is watch some Caffeine Corner and you'll see exactly what the fuck, like, I'm talking about. And so it's sad, I guess, in a way. I mean, I'm not terribly attached to it. It's because, like, one, it's been a long time, and two, I just don't get attached to things like that. I am very good at just letting shit and being like, okay, bye. Like, I don't fucking care. It just doesn't bother me. So, like, I'm not personally sad for Steve or whatever, but, like... You know. Conceptually, it's sad. There were times on stream where he took a beat down when he said something stupid. Yeah, well, yeah, and there were times on streams that things took days and multiple people to be like, bro, you are fucking wrong about this. So, like, the fucking Jim Hall debacle. The Jim Hall debacle was, like, it took me explaining it to him, it took me not going on to Caffeine Corner that following week, and it took fucking Helios and Mr. Sirius to fucking sit on stream and be like, you're dumb. What are you doing? What the fuck are you even talking about? I'm not an expert, but he has some kind of frontal lobe injury that has inhibited him and manifested into a roaming obsessive disorder. Yeah, I'm not an expert, so I don't know, but yeah. Yeah. Ick. That's all I have to say. Holy moly. Yeah, so it's odd to me when people are like, when did you realize Steve was emotionally bankrupt? And I was just like, or not emotionally, morally bankrupt. I'm like, I still not convinced that he's actually morally bankrupt. I think he's somebody with a fucking injury that is not being taken care of in the way that it needs to be taken care of, and not being kept in check in the way it needs to be kept in check. And he's probably gonna die that way. The Steve that's going after Charla the way that he's gone after Charla is not the Steve that I worked with. It's just that simple. No Texas for her! Oh, I need to take stretches. You gave me stretches and then I didn't do them. I apologize. Let me do those. There's probably bad IRL now around him. It's probably been bad around him IRL. Remember when we first started talking about this whole harassment situation, he claimed that the police had been out, and like the sheriff and stuff, or whoever, had been out to his place 4 times before that instance. So it sounds to me like it's already bad. Basically, this is entirely the fault of the US medical crisis. No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, not to say that the United States doesn't have a medical crisis, it does. But Steve is a veteran who has medical access. And he just refused to go. And so because he refused to go, he's not getting any help that he could be getting. So it's his own fault. Like, he's got nobody to blame but himself. Right? So it's not really like an issue in that regard. In my opinion, at least. I mean, I know that it's probably also like a giant pain in the ass and a horrible shit show to try to do like VA medical benefits. So like there is that, and that is still a problem, but I just don't think that's I don't think it's entirely the medical system's fault. It's too late now anyway. Yeah, any damage that could have been mitigated or dealt with would have been needed to be dealt with then and there. And like the therapy that he would have needed to be done like that, that year at the very least. But I mean, watch him on streams from when that happened. Go back and look, he's disoriented. If I remember correctly, it happened in, was it December that he took that brain injury? Steve is a boomer, he doesn't believe in therapy. Probably not anymore. Ooh. But like, yeah, Steve wouldn't have even been able to conceive of that kind of a post when I was working with him. Oh, you burned your finger? That sucks. That week, more likely. Well, I think it happened like right at the end of the year. But yeah, he should have gone to the hospital right away. He should have gone to the hospital right away, and if he couldn't go to the hospital right away because of the medical system, then he needed to get in within the next couple of days. For sure. Like, Manya, me, everyone and their mother was like, Steve, you need to go. Like, we wouldn't go. And, like, we couldn't make him go. If this is anyone's fault, if you want to blame anybody in this scenario besides Steve, which is, again, mostly Steve's fault, it's Kano. Because he was living with Kano at the time, and she's the one who should have forced him to go. She's the only one who was in a position to be able to, like, physically do anything. So that's on her in that regard. If you wanted to blame anybody, I don't want to, but if you wanted to, that's who I would do. That's who I'd blame for this. Popcorn is good. Steve's fault he didn't know Dewey. I think only Steve is to blame. I think so too. I think this is entirely Steve's fault. But if you wanted to put blame on anybody for Steve not going to the hospital, at least. We don't know if Kano did pressure him. No, she didn't. I do. Actually, that is information I do have. Because I was on calls with him in the background with her there. She did not help in that situation. She was not an assisting type person in that regard. Yeah, Al was there in one of those conversations. Al, you remember Kano in the background just being like, eh. You said that, I said that, Madia said that. There was like a group call where we were all saying that shit. His brain chose to turn to mush. Yeah, basically. Like, again, it's too bad. I wonder what thing... But it's also, like, his own shitty behavior that got him in that situation in the first place, right? Like, he's the one who fucking drank too much and ate shit outside of Applebee's. Which is an accident, probably, but, like, and I say probably because there's been, like, reasonable speculation that he was being a dick at the bar. But, like... Maybe it's my Canadianisms, but I don't think just being a dick at a bar is morally turns you into a morally reprehensible person beyond having, like... beyond redemption. Yeah, you said it. Everybody and their mother. I'm pretty sure my actual mother was like, he needs to go to the hospital. He needs to go to the doctor. Fucking Christ. What a situation. And, like, it is one of those things where it's like, when you're friends with people on the internet, there is only so much you can do sometimes. And that's, like, just the limitations of distance, right? I can't, like, if something happens to Manya, I can't physically do anything, right? And that sucks. Or, like, if something happened to Dapper, I can't physically do anything. I can't be like, hey, Dapper, we're going to the fucking hospital. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do that. He was like, nah, I'm okay, even though I can 100% go and get care for free and probably should. And that was a severe injury, yeah. And he was, like, dizzy and nauseous and fucking his head was all swollen and shit. If Jess drinks herself under the table again, nothing we can do. Yeah, you can't help me. I'm under the table. There's nothing you can do for me. You guys have no faith in me at all. never really got drunk ever. That's okay. It's not a big deal. Do it if you want to, don't if you don't. It's fine to experience like once or twice, but like... I'm pro, like, if you're gonna drink, drink when you're in a good mood, don't drink when you're in a bad mood when you first are beginning drinking. You shouldn't, like, you're better off that way. I wouldn't have said this when I was younger. I would just be like, just go drink, who gives a shit? But, like, as I've gotten older, I'd be like, you should just drink when you're in a good mood, and, like, are actually, like, celebratory drinks are a thing, because you shouldn't be doing it to, like, drown or get away from things, because, like, that becomes, like, a really bad crutch really easily. So you don't want to do shit like that. But if you're, like, in a bad mood and drinking's gonna go cheer you up because you've made it a habit to drink when you're in a good mood, so now you're just in a good mood, because of, like, the vibe and the setup and stuff like that, then that kind of stuff is fine, but... Ash is already under the table to begin with. I've been under the table the whole time. I've never gotten drunk in the sense of absolutely wasted. I've gotten trashed a solid number of times. I get drunk. I get tipsy relatively often. I say relatively often, but like... I was trashed. I was so trashed. Oh my god. I'm not 20 anymore. It took me days to recover. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Hi, Wendy. You missed our conversation about Steve. And his insane ramblings. Someone has to hard limit Chesh so she doesn't unalive. Okay, listen, alright, hear me out. I have no self-control. None. I have a lot of self-control in basically everything. You put a beer in my hand and put alcohol in my general vicinity, nope, I'd have no self-control. For as soon as the first drink is down, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go get another one. It is hard. You will not have an easy time stopping me. I promise. I've gotten better. I've gotten better than I have been, but I like last rum and coke. I only drank one. I only had one drink. Which is very rare. I almost never have one drink. I almost always have at least two, and usually three. But yeah, if you want to try to, like, hard limit me, good luck. Because you're going to be fighting me the whole way. But you're not even going to be fighting me, like, I'm not going to be, like, physically, like, no, you can't stop me. No, I'm just going to be like, oh, yeah, no, I don't need to have another one. It's fine, da-da-da-da. So anyway, blah, 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 blah. Where'd you get another drink from? Like, I'm just... no self-control. Not even thinking about it. Like... I know me. I know me. I know what I'm about. I'm not fucking... I have no reason to, like, pretend I'm not. I know what I'm like. Hey, listen, we've all got problems, okay? The only incredible drink I've had in forever was from a small brewery. It was an exceptionally good hard cider. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. Yeah, yeah, exactly that. You can, like, it's next to impossible to hard limit me. Like, you have to not only convince me, but you have to convince, not just me, you have to convince drunk me, and I have to like you. And good luck. I don't like anybody. Yay! You've almost arrived. Somebody's yelling at me. Who's yelling at me? What do you want? Bananas. Maybe. I might have liked Dapper before he said that. Listen, there's a really big difference between, like, the type of liking I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Manya could convince me to not drink. If I'm out drinking and I'm already, like, in the bag, like, I don't think, like... I don't think she'd be able to convince me to not. If I'm not willing to sleep with you, I'm not willing to let you tell me what to do. Manya cannot hold her liquor. No, she cannot. The way Manya would convince me not to drink would be that it's my job tonight to take care of Manya drinking. That would be the way Manya would convince me not to drink. But then it would be, again, I couldn't already be in the bag. If I was already in the bag, it's too late. There's no going back. The only way you can convince me not to drink too much is you have to catch me in the act. You have to catch me in the act. You have to catch me before I'm like I've had too much to drink that you can't stop me. There's like a hard line. Like, if I'm not having sex with you in like the time that it takes for me to get another drink, you're not stopping me. Because that's probably basically the only way to stop me. Alright, over the shoulder. Off we go. Hey! Oh, God. It's hard to imagine because, like, that's just not, like, an option in a lot of these cases. Into the shirt pocket you go. Yeah, you have to physically remove me from the liquor, not the liquor from me, because I will go find the liquor. Like, you have to, like, remove me from the space where I have access. Oh god, it's fucking Skype and shit. We're gonna find a good replacement for fucking, whatchamacallit, Discord soon. I kinda hope they just end up rolling it back. Or whatever, because I don't hate the concept, right? Like, I don't hate the concept of needing, like, ID to be on the internet and to use some sites. Like, I don't hate the concept. There are countries that are like, oh no, you're not allowed to use social media unless you're, like, of a certain age and stuff and whatever. And, like, what is it that China has, like, that fucking the social media app that is, like, your ID, like, that kind. Like, I don't hate that, but, like, I don't trust Discord to be secure enough to do it, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't trust the current companies that exist out there to and especially when you're, like, asking for, like, a lot of extra shit, and I'm like, okay, but what are you doing to ensure that? Like, how many times has fucking PlayStation been hacked for credit cards and shit? Yeah, the implementation and the fact that it's insecure. Yeah, exactly. You get what I'm saying. I don't hate the idea. It's just I don't think you should be the ones doing this. Especially on such, like, an already established website, you know what I mean? Then again, I guess you would have a hard time, like, fucking trying to establish a new website with that rule and then it being popular enough to validate itself, you know what I mean? Like, I guess that would be really difficult. Yeah, by the way, the title of this playlist that we're listening to is titled Video Game Music for Absolutely Biffing It on the Slopes, which I thought was pretty good for the Olympics. I don't know, I'm not that picky, you know what I mean? Like, I know that some people are, like, really, like, fucking, like, no, fuck that shit, da-da-da-da, like, fuck this whole concept. And I'm like, I'm not as extreme about it, I guess. My opinion isn't that fucking tethered to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, whatevs. It's fine. And I don't know if, like, I'm right or wrong about that. Like, I have an idea that I might be wrong. That, like I should be more concerned than I am. You know what I mean? Like, I should care about my information security than I do. And it's not that I don't care at all, it's just, I just don't think that these ideas are necessarily wrong or bad, because maybe it has to do with a little bit of my opinion of the internet, though. About, like, I just don't think the internet is what it was anymore, and so I just don't think that it's a good idea to have, particularly social media, be as anonymous as it has been. Like, I don't think the benefits outweigh the benefits of anonymity don't outweigh the problems that anonymity is causing. At least on things like Facebook, where you're fucking putting all your information on it fucking anyway. Like, what? Or Twitter, fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I understand, like, a website like Tumblr staying anonymous because who you are on Tumblr doesn't fucking matter. Whereas, like, Facebook and Twitter are kind of both about who you are at this point. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not married to my opinion on this scenario. That's one thing that I think is, like, a little bit different than I think what people expect online, is just I'm just not married to my opinions most of the time. Like, I'm more than happy to be like, oh, okay. You're wrong about this. Oh, alright. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not attached to... I guess that was one of the things that Roadhog said that I thought was odd. Chess doesn't like to be wrong. Correct. I do not enjoy being incorrect about things. It's why I tend to do my research or look into things before I fucking open my big fat mouth. I mean, to a degree, I also, like, trust my audience to a degree when they tell me shit. Or, like, they'll let me know if there's, like, something that I'm fucking totally biffing on. You know what I mean? Like, if I've just totally fucked something up. But I also listen to the audience. Like, I listen to you guys, and I care about what you think about things. And stuff. So, like, it's an open-ended conversation, right? So, and because it's an open-ended conversation, it's sort of... that conversation acts as a buffer between, like, whatever dumb, wrong opinion I have, which, of course I have dumb, wrong opinions. Everybody has dumb, wrong opinions. Everyone is stupid. There's so much information out there that we can't even possibly process it all as an individual, let alone as fucking, like, get over yourself a little bit. I shouldn't say I care, I value. That's a better word. I value what you guys have to say. Care is the wrong word. Caring doesn't really... I'm not... Like, I'm not gonna be upset if somebody has, like, doesn't want to share their opinion, you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like care is not a good descriptive word for myself in most scenarios. I don't... not accurate enough. Because I don't give a shit. Like, at the end of the day, am I gonna be out here sitting here trying to convince you about something Steve did or said? Like, no. I'm not. No. I don't care. I don't care what your opinion is at the end of the day. I more value what you have to say in regards to potentially your fucking opinion. And, like, how you express that opinion, which tends to be what we talk about more often than not, if I'm being honest. If I'm being, like, a little bit analytical, honest also not the right word. If I'm being more analytical about it, if I'm being a little bit more analytical about it, I'd say that we probably, like, spend a lot of time talking about the way people communicate and express themselves more than we really talk about anything else. It's like the difference between criticism and harassment, right? The difference with what the fuck is going on with, like, fucking Aaron is not harassment. Right? What Aaron is doing is harassment. People criticizing her is not harassment, right? Yeah, I don't like that. That's stupid. Or like the vessel in which we have the conversation, right? Like, how many times do I have to explain that Charla herself, the individual, is not really what we're talking about in any regard, or, like, we're not talking about her fucking life and who she is as a person. We're talking about what these people are saying and how they're saying it and why they're saying it. Right, same with Roadhog, right? And how does that differ from what Roadhog is doing? I think that's a valid question. I think it's an absolutely valid question to be like, okay, well, if... And I think the way you ask that question is gonna depend, like, gonna determine the type of answer you get. But if somebody comes up to me and says, like, well, okay, but can you explain why what you're doing is any different from what Roadhog is doing? And I can sit there and say, yes, I can. I can absolutely explain that. But if somebody's just like, oh, well, you're just the same. Well, there's a difference between asking a legitimate question and wanting to have a conversation about it and just using a question as a way to make an accusation. Still going over Roadhog this Dumbfuck Friday or onto Steve. I want to see what Roadhog does, if anything. If he legitimately shuts up and doesn't say anything, then we're only going to talk about him briefly, because there's an interaction that he had that we stopped right before getting to that I want to talk about, just on its own. And then maybe we'll talk about that Steve post, because that's kind of fucking insane. Like, that's kind of... And then maybe we'll have this conversation again on Friday, but with Mania. Because Mania might have her own opinion. I mean, of course Mania's gonna have her own opinion, but, like, I mean, her opinion might be different. It might not be different. Sometimes people have the same opinions. Sometimes people have come to the same conclusions. Sometimes when people have similar experiences, they'll also come to the same conclusions independently, and sometimes people will have completely different experiences and still come to the same conclusion independently. And I think that's kind of one of the things that people are really fucking dumb about, or people try to obfuscate. Like, I think Megan is really, really trying very hard to obfuscate that people can come to, and I think Aaron is too, that people can come to their own conclusions independently. Like, it's not necessarily a conspiracy, right? It's not necessarily, like, maybe people are just watching what's going on and being like, wow, this is fucking stupid. I think it's also a little bit important to, like, stay within the realm, at least when I'm talking about shit. And I mean, not everybody has to do this, but when I'm talking about things, I like to stay within the realm of, wow, this is fucking stupid. Like, we have to understand that we can only take this so fucking seriously because this is dumb as hell. Because I feel like if we don't do that, we run the risk of, like, missing the point. And, like, admitting, like, saying something that is so, like, batshit stupid does not take away from the fact that it is problematic or serious. Because something being not serious or not taking something seriously is very different from thinking it's dumb. But saying something is dumb takes a little bit of the wind out of the sails of whatever's going on. Like what Roadhog was doing was clearly intentionally aggressive, but it kind of fucking takes the momentum away and kind of pops the bubble when you're just like, no, I'm not taking you seriously at all. Like yeah, no, absolutely not. One thing that I dislike about conspiracy theories, and I've talked about this before, is that there are legitimate conspiracy theories out there, and we're wasting our time and energy. It's like the amount that people could get done if the conspiracy theorists actually had standards for their evidence and actually like put in the legwork instead of just being lazy about it and just being like, nah, it's a conspiracy, I'm special. It's like, yeah, but what if you actually like fucking proved it? But what if you actually, like, were convincing? And, like, I get that some things are hard to convince people about, and it's a lot of work, and yeah, that's fine. I'm not saying it's not. I'm simply saying, but what if you actually tried? It's like saying, like, if somebody who harasses me comes to me and says, like, see, we were right about Steve the whole time. And it's like, you know, it would have been great if you were able to communicate that in any fucking feasible manner instead of just harassing me for years. Like, you do realize that like, you're trying to do what I gotcha and I told you so here, but it's like, it's not gonna get you very far. Thank you for the save, I will do that. Chesh takes massive damage when you say you care about her. I care about you, Chesh. Don't do that. Don't care about me. I am not important. Care about me enough to send me $1 or $2 a month. Anything more than that is too much. I can't, my tiny little goblin body can't handle it. Oh man, did we get to the end of the playlist? Oh shit, we did. Oh shit, we did. Hell yeah. Alright, what kind of vibe? Tell me the vibe today, guys. What vibe you got? You got underwater, we got winter vibes, you got bugs. You feeling like a bug? It is Monday. Music to keep the anxiety attack at bay during your 15-minute break at work. Lively town. Rainy day. Deserts. Getting up to mischief. What's the vibe? Bug? Bug? I like bug. Alright. Pick a number between 1 and 3. 2. Alright, 2 it is. Okay. Video game music. I've also got goofy little video game songs to listen to while you're working your 40-hour work week text job. Alright, let me find the bugs. I'm gonna find all the bugs. Bug. Here we go. This is titled Video Game Songs I Think Bugs Would Like. And I will give you a link to it so you can check it out for yourself. Bugs! There's only one number between 1 and 3. I meant pick like 1, 2, or 3, but you fuck off. Fine. Listen, it's Monday for me too, okay? Like, this is legit my Monday. It's not like this isn't Monday for me. Because I take Sundays off, and then sometimes, once in a while, I get a Saturday off. Oh yeah, there's infinite numbers. That's true. The infinite integer thing. Oh, there's only one integer between 1 and 3. Right. Right. There's infinite numbers between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. Integer's the wrong word. I don't know what the word is, though. I couldn't tell you. Like I said, I am not a very smart person. I am not a well-educated gentleman. I am not the very model of a modern major general. I also assume that basically everybody watching my channel is smarter than me until somebody's responding to me and they're a dumb fuck. I assume all of you guys are smarter than me, like, 90% of the time. You know, once in a while, I'm like, okay, you guys are being dumb fucks right now. I think everybody's allowed to be a dumb fuck sometimes. Rationals, if they can be expressed as a fraction. I know Cheshire's smarter than me, even with her 62 IQ. I don't think that's true. I am probably not smarter than you are. I might know some things that you don't, but I don't think that makes me smarter than you. That's just not the way I measure intelligence. Because that doesn't seem like a way to measure intelligence that makes any sense. I don't think knowing things is what makes you smart. Because, like, that's just a matter of, like, time and effort and memorization. And experience. Just because you haven't had an experience doesn't mean you're stupid. That doesn't make any sense. You can't, because then you can't possibly experience everything, so you can't possibly, like, how do you even gather intelligence? Like, how would you measure that? Because also some people who experience a lot of things are still dumb as shit. Elon making math jokes. Fuck. Stream's over, guys. I'm ooped. Yeah, no, I just kind of go on the assumption that listen, everyone is dumb but me is a really dangerous place to be in. And sometimes, like from, like, an ideological standpoint and from, like, you know, not being an idiot standpoint, if you think everybody in the room is stupid but you need to get out of that room. Because either you're right, and why are you in this room, or you're wrong, and also why are you in this room? Crystallized intelligence. I also think there are people that just don't learn things until those things happen to them, and sometimes people don't learn things until they happen to them and then aren't able to apply the knowledge. Which is incredibly frustrating. I'm smarter than Trump, at least. I mean, that's a pretty fucking low bar. I don't know if you should use Donald Trump as your fucking as your metric. I think you can do better, is all I'm saying. I refuse to take IQ tests because I'm quite comfortable and happy being 62. And I don't want that number to ever change. I want that number to stay the same. I never want that to change. So I don't take tests. I also prefer to not really understand what IQ is and how it works. On purpose. I don't really get it, it doesn't really make any sense to me, and it needs to stay that way. That is by design. I don't want it to make any sense to me. I picked my one thing that I'm like, no, I'm being willingly stupid and ignorant about this thing. On purpose. I think that's a clever thing to do, though. I don't think it's necessarily intelligent, I don't think it's necessarily smart, but I do think it's clever. I think it's clever to, like, go out of your way to pick something that you're gonna be like, I don't want to know anything about that thing. I was like, ideally you should probably pick something, if you want to be wise, you pick something that, like, it doesn't fucking matter. And then you don't run around talking about that thing as if you know about it. You just fucking be like, nah, I don't know anything about that. I don't know. Nah, not about that life. I ain't about that life. No, thank you. Like, if I wanted to say, like, I don't want to know anything about spiders ever, like, how much is that, like, then don't do anything, and then as long as you, like, stay out of the field, or any field that is talking about spiders, or make spiders a really important thing going on, then you're fine. I feel like this little guy ends his sentence with bows. He bows. Yeah, oh no, you're definitely right. He definitely does. I think that's accurate. I think your interpretation is correct. Sounds like Pokemon. It is! It's Berg's gym theme from Pokemon Black and White 2. I've never played Pokemon Black and White 2. The fact that I egged that. Oh boy. Did I ever tell you guys I did a lot of music in school? I still wanted to do puppets, but it's gonna be it's gonna take some time for me to be able to do that. Just to be clear. I got someone with a scared of spiders yesterday. I was packing away my gear and was putting my frying spider away. Oh! The cheese machine is all fixed up, boss! Yes. Perfect. I hope by the time I'm done painting these, when the Patreon goes up, that you guys use them for stuff. Please do use them for things. It would make really cute badges. That's something that I did want to do. I wanted to make badges before. I thought that was fun. You know what I'm talking about? Like pins? Like those kinds of badges? Yeah, like laminated badges. Like, I can get a machine, like, there's a printer thing that can do that, but I don't think I'd be able to, like, make the money back on it, you know what I mean? Because I'd have to get all the stuff, I'd have to get the thing, then I would have to get the right laminate, I'd have to pay for the laminate, then I'd have to press the buttons, and then I'd have to ship the buttons. Shipping right now is so fuckety, too. Everybody recognizes this. Cave Dungeon, Super Mario 64. Actually, Super Mario 64 is also a game I didn't play. I played it at a friend's house like once or twice. Can Winnie the Pooh please explain what the small smackerel is and why it's like 20 plus jars of substance? What? What? This sounds like dialogue from fucking Kingdom Hearts. It's something that, like, Leon says. So, could Winnie the Pooh please explain? Globules of cheese. Who always says, time for a small smackerel, and eats an entire shed filled with honey. I always thought smackerel was, like, his hunger level. So it's like, but he'll just keep eating. So a smackerel is the amount that it takes for Pooh to be filled. Like, that's how, like, until he is no longer hungry. So it's a variable. Like, it's never the same number, necessarily. The cheese is making you think of honey. Yeah, this cheese for this one is really gloopy. I made this cheese really gloopy for this guy. For the other guys, it's been a little bit more solid. I think you're right. I think you are correct. I wonder if I can make these guys into, like, puppets that are, like, more like finger puppets as opposed to, like a full felt one. Ugh. How much is it? How many smackerels does it take to fill up a goblin? It depends on the goblin. Not all goblins are the same. That's racist. Hey, boss. I wonder what happens if I take holidays the way, like, holidays are. So, like, right now it is a holiday, right? So, like, what happens if I were to take the day off, like, and follow the holidays? Anything? Does anything happen? I think nothing happens. I think the answer is nothing. Me? How many smackerels does it take to fill me up? Well, it would be the number of, that would be the number of smackerels, wouldn't it? If smackerels is a variable, it's just whatever it is until I'm full. So, how much does it take to fill me? I don't know, like 3 pieces of pizza? If I'm hungry. Hey! You got the burb! Bird's the word. Bird's the word. Bird's the word. Bird's the word. And also, no, I am not sorry. And yes, I would in fact do it again. I think that's something that people don't fucking grasp. Like, the people who criticize me don't really grasp is they don't really understand me very well. Which is interesting, because, like, you'd think you'd want to understand the person you're talking about at least a little bit. Like, you'd think it'd be valuable to have, like, a little bit of a grasp of who you're talking about. At least the people, like, the way people talk about. Aaron emoji has actual Twitch appeal. Yeah, it does. It's a good one. Will you stream cooking this week? Yeah, I should be. I'm not sure what I'm making tomorrow, but yes. I need to go grocery shopping. That's my problem right now. That's a me problem. I feel like it could spread. Well, go use it in other places. Does she even know? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think she's ever mentioned it. She's talked about some of my Twitch streams before, and like the face has definitely showed up. But if she realized that it was her, I have no clue. Hawaiian rice tomorrow. I'm thinking about making more of the spicy tuna. Which would be a really short stream, admittedly, because it would just be as long as it takes me to stir fry the vegetables, really. Does Chesh even? No. I have just made the mistake of realizing I've been doing this all in the wrong layer, because I wanted to be able to still move this fucking thing around. That's okay, I can fix it. Oh, that wasn't right. Cut. Yes. Paste. Yes. There we go. And then I can merge these two layers below. There we go. Ta-da! Ta-da! Fixed. Check your layers. Oh, that would be a good one. Does Chesh even? No! Don't! Get some gochujang? What is that? Gochujang? Gochujang? I don't know what that is. I need to get some fucking MSGs when I need to get. Oh, fucking. Korean chili paste. Oh, that would be good. Okay, I can try to find some. Yeah, sounds good. You don't need to twist my rubber arm. Sounds delicious. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the hyper, like going in and doing these like hyper renders of these guys? We got 2 more to do after this one's done. It's definitely a series for sure. At the very least. You love them? I like them. I think these guys are pretty great. I think they're well branded. They look like legit dudes. Like you would find them in a game, or you would find them as like as an IP. I mean, I guess technically they are. They are my IP. Weird. It's funny to think about things like that sometimes. Did the math very accurately. Chesh would be full from 0.000006 micrograms of anything. Probably. Sounds right. Make sure the background remover doesn't erase the teeth. Oh yeah, that was just because it wasn't filled in properly before. Should be fine now. It also should be fine on these because I'm leaving these little guys underneath, right? Like, I haven't gotten rid of, like, the original little goober is still there. He's just underneath all the extra paint. Aged chili and red bell pepper paste with added umami elements. It's heckin' yum. That sounds really good. I think that's probably in my grocery store. I can probably find that. I'll try to remember when I go grocery shopping on Wednesday. Goblins are gaining sentience like the toys and small soldiers with every layer of rendering. Bro, that would be so fun. That would be so fun. Should you tell my mom if you want? I mean, I don't think that will help, but I don't know what the goal of that would be. My mom was visiting the other day and I said, I think that I'm the smartest person in this town. I think everybody in this town is fucking stupid. And I said, because I'm the only person who's got a Harvard degree as far as I know. I was just being an asshole. Fucking Gibbs. Toy Story, endearing. Small soldiers, terrifying. See, that's why sometimes it's a good idea to use a different IP, like with what we were talking about on the Rum and Coke Night. Sometimes it's better to not use the same IP when you wanna flip an idea on its head. You wanna use a new one. But admittedly, Small Soldiers has definitively not made as much money as Toy Story, for sure. Even just like on a one-to-one movie basis, which is, Toy Story is well beyond just a one-to-one movie, right? You're almost out of your Canadian maple syrup? Uh-oh. Good luck with getting more with those tariffs. Actually, I have no idea what the tariffs are for right now. Like, I think Canadians stopped paying attention. Like, we just don't care. Like, I don't mean from like a political standpoint. I mean like from a buying and selling standpoint. We're just like, what's the tariff for that now? Ah, who gives a shit? Nobody fucking cares. You can pop over to Canada and get her. You say that like it's that easy to do right now, and ice isn't all over her town. Shit ain't that simple right now, my man. It would have been. It would have been like 2 years ago. I like that it's 2 years at this point too. It's not even like, oh, a year ago. No, it's 2026, motherfucker. It's 2 years ago. The before times. Oh, Super Windy can do anything. The casting for Small Soldiers was among the very best. Oh yeah, that movie was so good. That movie was so fucking good. Did it end up with like cult classic status? Or is it just like a straight up like people just watch it because it's good? I know it got some like pop culture. Hormones. Trump probably banned it because it turns people into woke transgender communists because you put hormones, estrogen, and half of the testosterone in the other half of the bottles in the maple syrup. 55 degrees Fahrenheit? That's warm. Yeah, if I'm crossing the Canadian border, I'm not coming back over it. Valid. Fair. Respectable. Understood. Wendy's gonna make it all the way, all her way all the way to my house. Goblin has to feed me now. Oh yeah, alright. I can do my best. You guys do know that groceries are expensive up here too, right? Just to be clear, just gonna remind you guys that our housing market and our economy is also still in, like, not the greatest space. Is definitely heading in the right direction, which is nice. You would have to make me so much food because you are so small. Should I do like one of those videos where it's like fucking from like, it's like a phone and I'm holding it and I'm like running along like, and then jumping up the fucking thing and then like cooking food and like sitting on top of the I'm fine with one meal a day. I'm a fat guy. I need to lose weight. Not one of my meals. My meals are small. Oh, man. It could go viral. GoPro tiny cooking. When I tried looking to make sloppy joes, A20 beef was like $9 for a pound. Oof. Oofed. Alright. We were left for 3 hours, so I'm gonna go take a break and get something to eat. Speaking of which, I'm gonna make some breakfast food. At least make me the steaks I've been promising. Ooh. If you make steaks, you better make them right, because if you don't make them right, it'll make me sick. I am sensitive to that for some reason. If I eat if I eat the wrong type of steak, or the steak's not cooked quite right, I get ill. It's pretty bad. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me. I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you guys enjoy the new emote. That emote will make its way onto YouTube, and I will probably start sharing that emote with other streamers, so they can also have the Canadian goose honk. Thank you so much for bookend Aaron. Thank you so much for joining me. Like and share and all that fun stuff, and I'll see you live on YouTube in a couple hours, or in an hour and a bit. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna get out of here, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.